Hey guys, Ralph here, True Power Trumpet Fitness, and welcome to another sticky hot day. Oh my God, is it crazy around here? Anyway, I have not played yet today. Been so busy, and I'm just going to get busier, but that's all right. This is my one true love, and my wife and my daughter. You get the idea. But this channel is fun for me, and yeah, gets first treatment. Anyway, let's talk about it. You saw the thumbnail. Let's get right to it. Let's see what we got. Double C's and Arbin. That is number 5. Yeah, I think it's number 5. I like that one. Key of F. Just one flat. keep the third finger out of it. Makes you can do it a little quicker. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Jerry and I always like to play What If. Now that I'm in my mid-60s and he is late 80s, we always like to say, what, and it took us this long to get to this point. What would have happened if Jerry had all this knowledge and I had all this knowledge when we were 18? When we had if we had these chops when we were 18, like some of my kids are going to have when they're 18. Okay? Now remember, to you young guys, the music business at that point, late 60s, early 70s, was wide open. Wide open. Some of the smaller orchestras were still making a living. The major orchestras were thriving. Broadway was booming. There was still a significant studio recording thing going on in New York. And LA had all the soundtracks to the movies. And New York had all the jingles. I mean, generally speaking. But guys like Bernie Glow and John Frost and all guys just got through making their fortune, and they were sort of handing the torch off to guys. And Clark Terry was another one that was huge in the studios. And at that time, and they were handing the torch off to people like Faddis, Marvin Stamm, Lou Soloff. Alan Rubin. I mean, guys that made their own fortune in their own way, too. Just doing the studios. And that was the time when the music business was really booming. And I told you, I did it way back at the beginning. We're going about close to 2 years ago now. I felt that was the golden age of brass. I really did. But here's the deal. What if VACCHIANO had this knowledge and was teaching this concept back all those years ago, back at that time? What if he was using the 1SB? What if he was tonguing through his teeth? What if he was poo-pooing all the Bach mouthpieces? Now remember, first of all, VACCHIANO was an honest-to-goodness genius. I mean, not just throwing that term around. I mean, his IQ was above 160. He knew several languages fluently just by getting the Bible in that language. He would get, if he was trying to learn Spanish, he'd get an English Bible and a Spanish Bible, and he'd put them right next to each other and go in the beginning, and then he'd learn it in Spanish, and he'd learn it, and he'd just read it. That's how he learned 7 languages. He said German was the toughest, by using the Bible. That's a genius, okay? He actually came to New York at a full scholarship to go to St. John's as an accountant. And his roommate at the time, who knew he was a great trumpet player, is a buddy from Portland who was also coming to New York to do something else. I'm not sure what it was. Says, look, they're auditioning up at Juilliard. Why don't you go try? VACCHIANO says, all right. So he goes up and he auditions for Schlossberg. And the rest is history. He was offered a full scholarship to Juilliard. And the rest is history. You know, he exempted out of every single class at Juilliard. In 4 years, the only classes he took, now check this out, the only classes he took were his lesson with Schlossberg, orchestra, and piano. And he said the only reason he took piano, in his words, because I was boinking the piano teacher. I don't know who that was. I don't know. I'm sure it was a woman. Boy, times have changed. But anyway, he admits he only took the top 2% of students between Juilliard, Manhattan, and Mannes that he taught. Only took the top 2% of the students. Okay? Now, if he put them all on 1SB mouthpieces, 1SS mouthpieces, okay? Taught them all tongue through the teeth, and every single one of them had double C's by the time they left. Think about that. Think about how extraordinary those players would have been. Mel Broyles on this mouthpiece, oh my God, he never would have gone to the Philadelphia Orchestra or the Met. He would have been off doing solos. See how things would have changed? I mean, this is just what if. This is just letting yourself daydream. Okay? How about John Ware with a double C? Oh my God. Oh my God. Gerard Schwartz never would have been principal trumpet with the New York Philharmonic, no matter how much money and pull he had behind him. What Charlie Schluter? What if he had this? I mean, he had great chops to begin with, and put a double C on it, and all that tone and power. Oh my God in heaven. Tom Stevens with a double C? Are you kidding me? Oh, extraordinary. Extraordinary. Alan Rubin studied with him. VACCHIANO thought Alan Rubin, the great studio musician, was one of his most talented students, and he wanted to bring Alan Rubin, he told me this personally, wanted to bring Alan Rubin into the Philharmonic. Alan Rubin laughed at the money, even in college, Alan Rubin was doing it in the studios. He laughed at the money he was making, they were making in the Philharmonic. No way, wasn't going to do it. Think about that. Can you imagine the type of player, and forget VACCHIANO, if VACCHIANO had a double C. Oh, Jesus. If VACCHIANO had a double C. He's another one. Like Mel, if he had the double C. He had it. He might have gone the Maurice Andre route as well. We might have never seen him in the orchestra. And you know what? If he was doing the Maurice Andre thing, he wouldn't have been a teacher. So maybe this whole discussion is an absolute, moot point. Here's another one. Check this out. Miles Davis studied with him. If Miles Davis had a double C, oh my God, what would the course of bebop and all that and cool be if Miles Davis had a double C? God, I mean, Dizzy Gillespie would have been his bitch. I mean, tell me this isn't fun. Tell me this isn't fun. Let me think of some other students. Phil Smith. Oh, my God. I've always told you, I thought Phil Smith, first of all, I thought he was absolutely the last of the great lineage. And he came under the grips of the VACCHIANO 1C mouthpiece. Okay? Now, Phil Smith probably had better virtuoso technique from all that time in the Salvation Army Band as a solo before he even got to VACCHIANO. He probably had more virtuoso technique than all of them put together. So here's another one. If he had gotten to VACCHIANO, he might have never give him a double C. Oh my God in heaven. Madon. He might have been better than Mel Broyles if he had those kind of chops. I mean, just knock down automatic double C's and everything in between with a lyrical tone, a beautiful lyrical tone that sounded like Harry Glantz. Oh, please. He's another one that probably wouldn't have gone the orchestral route. He probably would have been a soloist. Okay, so if John Ware and Phil Smith never went to the Philharmonic, who would be in there? Think about that. Manny Laureano. Manny Laureano. He's another VACCHIANO student. Monster player out in Minnesota. Monster player, but doesn't have the knock the wall down chops. He would have been the new, instead of Phil Smith, he would have been the first trumpet player in the New York Philharmonic. Okay? Now check this out. If all those guys that I talked about, they were teaching it, see, I would have gotten it, studying with VACCHIANO, I would have gotten it by the time I was 22. And who knows where I would be. I probably wouldn't be here now because everybody would have been playing like this. Caruso, done. Claude Gordon, done. If VACCHIANO was teaching this, oh, please. Roy Stevens, done. Done. Fun to think about. Fun to think about. Anyway, let your imagination go a little bit, okay? And tell me what you think. Give me your comments down below. And end of the week. We'll see you again on Monday. I'm going to do a short week on Monday next week as well because I'm bringing my daughter to school. Don't leave me. She's been home all summer, and I miss her terribly. It won't be so bad as last year when she went away for the first time. But I'm going to miss her. Anyway, that's for another video. That's not even video stuff. Anyway, so, yeah, fun to think about. Enjoy. Have a great weekend. Love you all. Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables. And if you're out in this heat, make sure you hydrate up like crazy. Okay, live your life with true power.